North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un made his first foreign trip this week since assuming power in 2011, meeting China's President Xi Jinping in a surprise visit to Beijing. Kim is set to attend a summit with South Korean President Moon Jae-in late in April, and a meetup with President Trump is tentatively in the works as well. The president tweeted Wednesday, quote, "For years and through many administrations, everyone said that peace and denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula was not even a small possibility. Now there is a good chance that Kim Jong Un will do what is right for his people and for humanity. Look forward to our meeting." Paul Wolfowitz is a visiting scholar at the American Enterprise Institute. He served in many roles in government, including Deputy Secretary of Defense for President George W. Bush. Welcome, Paul. So
good to be with you.
Let me ask you first about John Bolton, the new National Security Advisor. You've known John Bolton, worked with him for years. How would you describe his worldview?
You know, I think in all these descriptions of John's worldview, there's a confusion between strategy and tactics. Strategically, I think he's very clear about who our enemies and adversaries are and who our friends are, and believes very much in pushing back on our adversaries and supporting our friends. But he does so, I think, in a generally very pragmatic way. One of the outstanding examples is what he pulled off in the first term of President George W. Bush, in the early part of this century. It was called the Proliferation Security Initiative. It was a way of getting an international legal basis for intercepting ships that were carrying contraband from North Korea and other places without going through the impossible process of a whole revision of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. It was very successful. I think it led to intercepting the centrifuges that were heading to Libya. He also, I'm told, I wasn't really involved in this, but someone who was a legal advisor in the State Department many years ago said that John pulled off something people said was impossible, which was getting the UN General Assembly to reverse the Zionism is Racism resolution back in 1991,
right,
when he was working for President George H.W. Bush. So he's a man who knows how to get things done. I think people should keep that in mind.
All right, that's going to be fascinating to watch. Let's talk about North Korea, because that's, the meeting this week with Xi Jinping and Kim Jong Un. What do you make of that? Is that an enhancement for peace, or is that just play to the benefit of Kim?
Well, it certainly plays to the benefit of Kim. It puts him on the world stage. It makes him a much bigger figure than no North Korean leaders ever met with a U.S. president. Just take that on the surface. But we also have to remember we know very little about anything that's going on behind the scenes. And
right.
I imagine quite a bit is going on. And this could just be a repeat of a play we've seen over and over again of play for time, promise things later, collect payment now, relax the sanctions. That would obviously be good both for Kim Jong Un and for Xi